Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Paul Chiletta, one of our top ring earners. I do want to mention you can actually upgrade in with just 5 memberships of any type or 3 memberships and 1 associate. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to now one of our top income earners, Mr. Tony Petrell, to introduce our special guest. We're going to talk tonight about small businesses and why they need our services. So Mr. Petrell, over to you.
Thanks, Karen, another Millionaire Club member. Thank you very much. And I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and one of the Millionaire Club members with Legal Shield and Shield Nation team. So thanks for getting on the call with us tonight in the Zoom tonight. We've got a pretty nice schedule and lineups for you tonight. It'll be brief, but it's going to be good. So get your pad of paper out. I think one key thing before we move forward with the small business section of this Zoom is, you know, if I were to splash cold water on you in the middle of the night and say, hey, what's the Fast Start bonus if the Fast Start qualify? You're a new recruit. You know what I mean? Do you know that? Do you not know that? How long is the Fast Start qualification period? What's the commission if they sell a $12.95 ID Shield to their parent? What's the commission for someone brand new if they were to get the $69.95 plan, right? And so I guess here's my point. If you're going to say that you want to recruit more, if you're going to say that you want to have a team, be ready to let people know and pique their interest and say, you know, we have something called a Fast Start where the bonus can actually be more than the commission. I mean, and you might not mention that, but you need to know that if the commission on a $12.95 plan, they sell 2 or 3 of those, the bonus of $100 for Fast Start qualifying will be larger than their commission. And so isn't it nice to know that you're in profit mode with 3 customers and one of them becomes an associate? And another thing, I remember a long time ago, we brought someone on board and she said, so it's 3 memberships and I'm an associate. And I said, yes. So she sold 3 memberships. And then she said to her mom, hey, mom, I need $49 for you to become an associate. Well, guess what? That doesn't work. It's got to be 3 and one of them becomes an associate. So it's 3 new memberships and one of them becomes an associate, right? So just the basics they don't want to forget. And then it's all comes down to prospecting and prospecting and prospecting. And that's why I'm so happy that we got Laura Barker on the Zoom with us tonight. Katie Huff will be joining us in a second too. 2 of our top small business producers. Teresa Johnson's with us too. Of course, Paul Chiletta, one of the ring earners and Millionaire Club members. So we're going to be able to have a really cool flow here with give and take, and quite a little bit of question and answer. But Shield Nation, John and Darcy Hoffman, our Platinum Executive Directors, have invested in the Shield Nation website and the documents that support us. And one of the new ones is the Small Business Plan document. So this is called, I want to make sure I get the name of it right because it's being literally unveiled. It isn't even up. The Shield Nation Small Business Training Manual. So the Small Business Training Manual, table of contents, it's got recognition, the manual's purpose, top methods and marketing strategies, the Small Business Essentials Plan, the Small Business Plus Plan, the Small Business Pro Plan, the Home Business Supplement, the Trial Defense Supplement, the Business Plus Supplement, the Gun Owner Supplement, and the Rideshare Supplement. So if you've ever wanted to get a sharper axe and say, okay, what are some of the key things I might want to say for prospecting, then here's the manual for you. And it'll be up on the website, Shield Nation website soon enough. But let's talk about it now. So Laura Barker, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself with your Dun & Bradstreet, if you will. She's one of our more successful Legal Shield associates, of course, specializing in the B2B and the small business market out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Laura, I will turn it over to you. And with your background being an attorney, I guess, how did you come on board with Legal Shield first? What got you on board with Legal Shield? And then we'll go into the small business arena.
She says she can't unmute for some reason.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you. Okay. Wow, Tony. So yeah, I am an attorney by trade, and I don't practice anymore, but did for many years. And when I found out about Legal Shield, I was just blown away, guys, because I knew how hard it was for people to get an attorney. And I also knew how much value having the advice of an attorney could bring to someone's life for so many different things. So I was just so fortunate to be able to live in Knoxville and got hooked up right away with the Hoffmans and Brielle. I know you all know all of them. And so was able to get brought into this wonderful business under their tutelage.
Yep.
And so that's really how it all started for me, Tony.
How many years have you been on board now with Legal Shield?
You know what? It's going to be 9. It's
9
9
years.
this year, actually. Like this is, yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And now let's just go ahead and move into the small business arena. You took a look at the manual. And ladies and gentlemen, when Laura Barker takes a look at the training manual, she looks at it through the eyes of an attorney because she's an attorney. So not everyone reads the fine print and goes over it with a fine tooth comb, but she does. And she gave some great input. There's a lot of people who are, you'll see their name on the training manual, thanking them. And many people that are on this Zoom for their input to John and Darcy to put this manual together. But Laura, go ahead. You've taken a look at the document. You've gotten a chance to take a look at it and just give us your feedback on it and prospecting and things with Legal Shield and of course the small business arena.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a phenomenal tool for us to use. It gives us a comprehensive look at each of the different business plans available to us as associates to sell and to protect our small businesses with. And in today's world, there's not a business out there that doesn't need this. But from a prospecting standpoint, both for bringing on associates and also selling these plans, this manual, when you're talking to recruits, gives them the power in one document to see the true power of what Legal Shield can do. The small business plans are not, they're not as simple as the legal plan, maybe, and none of them are simple. I mean, really, honestly, we all know the benefits that we provide are wide ranging. But what they've done with the small business plans is give us the tools to be able to really customize our conversation with a business owner and provide them with the specific plan that's going to best fit their needs. And in each of does everybody have this yet, Tony, or is this no? Oh my gosh. No. Y'all, it really is spectacular. And I did go over it with a fine tooth comb, as did many others. And together we kind of all put our heads together and said, okay, make sure we're covering everything and, checking all the boxes. So what they've done for us is with each plan, you've got bullet points for what each plan covers. You've got how to sell it. You've got objections and how to overcome them for each specific feature. I mean, this has been the work that has gone into this you'll recognize it when you see it. This is like a 22 pages. I'm looking at it right now. 22 pages of a training manual that you can use to educate yourself, to use as a prospecting tool for recruits, and to stay focused on the important factors when you're going to, be presenting to those small businesses. So I love this. This could not come at a more opportune and important time for us in this business where, contracts are huge, must be looked at. You can't afford as a small business owner not to have a lawyer taking a look at this stuff that you're relying on to support your business, because it will bite you if you don't have somebody look at it. That's just the way of the world today.
Right. Thanks, Laura. That's awesome. Now I'm going to read some of the things in this manual because she kind of gave you a sneak peek and mentioned a few things, but I want to go through even a little bit more and point a few things out. for example, on page 5, and it basically just says, here's some engagement questions used to create interest and assess need. So think about this. Ready? Asking a business owner, and where do you find business owners? One of the easiest way to find business owners is to follow your dollar. Think about where you spend money. Everyone, I remember the Sesame Street song, right? It's the people that you meet when you're walking down the street. It's the people that you meet each day, right? Because the baker is a person in your neighborhood, right? So all these different places, the oil change place, right outside of my subdivision when I lived in the Dallas, Texas area, I went into the get the oil change. I said, hey, and while they were doing it, I said, is the owner here? And he came out and he said, I already own the small business plan. It's probably the best thing I bought. So someone already got to him. And just think about all the different places you've gone to where someone else is going to get it before you do. And that was right outside my subdivision, that oil change place. So it's happening. How about this question? What keeps you up at night regarding your business? How about this one? If you could talk to an attorney anywhere in the country on any subject matter, on an unlimited basis, you didn't have to worry about costs, would you call an attorney more often, right? Do you have debt collection issues, or do you ever think you need contracts reviewed? What's your business structure? Do you have a partnership? What are your biggest challenges? What inspired you to start your business? Once you get them talking about themselves, you know what I mean? They'll start talking even more. So there's all these, and then that's just, I just went through the first 4, there's probably 25 of them. And then here's an example in the objections section. I already have an attorney. Well, great. Let's talk about it as a supplement to that attorney instead of you calling and being charged every time. Now you're not calling them and you won't be charged because it's covered in the membership on an hour, right? You're not charging an hourly rate. And someone says, well, I don't know if I can afford it right now. Or it might be the cost of it. And the question back is, what would it cost you if you didn't have this plan? If you made a bad decision? Laura?
Yeah, on that note, I want to point something out, and somebody can check my math on the calculator. I may not be exact, but we'll get there. But when you think about, so these plans, 2 of them allow you to add trial defense, right? This is huge because I can tell you as an attorney, it will cost a business owner at least 50 grand to defend themselves in a lawsuit, regardless of the hourly rate. So even if it was only 300 an hour, that's still good. We get 100 hours of coverage. That's $30,000. Okay. Do that math and figure out what that comes out to an hour, right? It's like $15. I did it. It's around $15 an hour for us, for Legal Shield's lawyers to represent them when they get sued versus at least $300 an hour. I mean, that's insane. And folks,
Right.
Let me tell you, here's the trick with that. That math is based on selling the $99 plan plus the trial supplement. So that's $115 or $114 package, right? And what I tell business owners is this, if all this did was to give you the 100 hours of trial defense at $15 an hour, that would be worth it. But guess what else you get? Oh, and then you can just sort of wow them because they're already sold at this point, right?
Right.
And I love pointing out that number for that
Yeah,
reason.
you put a dollar value to it. Great point. And now we got Katie Huff Martinson with us. Katie Martinson is another one of our Ring Earners and Millionaire Club members. Katie, you have some input on the manual and on the small business market?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the manual is the bomb. It's put together so well that you truly will feel a lot more confident in the sense that, it has the objections and then it has the answers. I mean, here's some of it that we can briefly go through if you want, but I will be honest with all of you. I'm starting my 25th year, and I mean, I had this mentality where it was just like lead with the employee benefit, because I had the mindset that I can go in and market that because it doesn't cost the owner anything other than time to enroll the employees, which is true. However, when we came out with this Essentials Plus and Pro, that was a game changer for me from the days of, who was that football player? I don't have the memory. Tone, who was that football player? Anyone? DOO Economics, the guy that, started out the small business plan, Fran Tarkenton, and I did it again. Thank you very much. Anyway, Fran Tarkenton was involved with our company. So some of you may not know that if you're newer, but the point is that these particular programs, I mean, they are, when you have a total understanding, it's like now I go in, not just, I lead with the small business plan, because today more than ever before in any of the time that I've been with the company, the business owners need our small business plan more now than ever before. It is more expensive. They can't retain employees. They have questions. And I love being able to share with them because, automatically people are going to look at the $49 essential plan because it's obviously the less cost. But I will tell you what I have done in marketing this is I go right down to the trademark and copyright services, the employee handbook, the custom contract drafting, all the things that the IRS audits. Here's an example. I had a football coach in Corvallis, Montana. You guys don't know where that is, but it's a very small town. And he was getting bullied by a parent of the child that he was coaching. And he knew that he needed legal services. And his wife was a real estate agent, and I had already set her up with the home-based business. I then showed him the essential thinking, well, he probably only needs the $49 deal. But this is what I'll do and tell you this, is that try not to be the one to set the goal of where they should be, because when I start talking to him about, okay, you have unlimited contact in the sense of issues, you have document reviews and collection letters, and he didn't need all those things. So then it's like he's a coach. And I said, well, what is your biggest concern? And he said he wanted to have access to obviously, protect himself as a coach. But I went down to, are you concerned about an audit? And he goes, absolutely. This is perfect. I said, because if I could tell you that the plus plan, you're going to get 25 hours of audit coverage versus 25% off. And when you look at $49 versus $99, that $50 difference in per month with the 25 hours of, the IRS audit, 25 pages of contracts, personal contracts, all the different things. Now for him, it was like the audit. And when you look at 185,000 IRS audit people have been hired, auditing is a hot button right now with business owners. So I was able to share with them, and I do this on a regular basis. And I'm grateful that, I've been able to, now I've shifted my mind shift from the employees and it not costing them to let me save you some money. Let me give you peace of mind, protection, and reduce your risks and impact your bottom line by not just calling your attorney when it's a crisis and an emergency, but you're being preventative and proactive. So you're going to call anything. So your counsel, that's what they are, is their counsel is going to call you back within 4 hours and tell you in the counsel what's in your best interest. So this manual walks you through objections. I already have an attorney. Great. Like Tony was just talking, it's a supplement. So I always say to him, so how often are you using your attorney? Oh, rarely ever, really. So is it because you don't want to pay $300 an hour? And he's like, pretty much, they're cost prohibitive. And I said, okay, well then, let me show you how you can pay a flat monthly fee and have unlimited access to the attorneys to be able to get your questions answered, to run your business, protect you, give you peace of mind, sleep better at night, not be stressed over what's happening and not knowing what the law is. Now you're going to call on a regular basis, and you're not going to just do it in a crisis management. And it's going to save you money, and it's going to impact your bottom line. It's going to protect your company, and you're going to have peace of mind. So I have totally changed my philosophy, thank God, because these plans are so amazing. Then you add in the trial defense for $14.95. This is like you get 100 hours for $14.95. So when you're looking at opening up a group, if you got a small business plan, you got the trial defense. If in Montana, they're a gun owner, that's $14.95. You then have, let's talk about your employees and retaining them. Retaining employees right now is a huge problem with business owners. I was talking to, we're in construction right now at our house, and I had the painter here with he has 10 painters, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm focusing obviously on the small business and telling him about audits and retaining and all that stuff. And I have no doubt that he's going to get the trial defense, get the home or the gun owners program, get the pro or the plus plan, and then he's going to offer it as an employee benefit to his employees. So, I mean, this manual is going to help every one of our associates on the Zoom right now to be able to feel a lot more confident, because you're going to see the hot buttons, you're going to see the tools. I use this particular, just the flat sheet right here, and I have the trial defense, and I have all of these supplements. And I don't know if you all are aware, and hopefully you are, but there's actually one tool that has the family plan, the legal plan, the combination of individual and the family. And it even has the gun owners, and it even has the trial defense all on one sheet versus pulling out 6 different sheets. And you're going to want to look at that. But the manual is unbelievable. Would it be helpful to have a manager contact your law firm when you're away from work? Do you want someone else to be able to, protect your company? Have you looked at Legal Shield? Legal who? I mean, they still don't know us, which is great. After 50 years, we're still just scratching the surface. So I always ask them, what keeps you up at night? Like that one question. What is your biggest stressors? Do you have a problem with retaining employees? And, why did you even start your business? What was it that put you have the desire to do this? Find out what the heart of the man is or the woman is that's running this business, and how it's working for them. What was the purpose, and how we might be able to support them in, the reason why they even opened up a business. So it's a great conversation. It's just, having a conversation, learning about them, what their concerns are, and filling the void with every one of the bullet points that we have. We have something to help them, and not to be afraid of the price. Oh my gosh, like Laura was saying, and even, I mean, I did the math on it with the guy today, and I said, do you want to pay $300 an hour? Do you want to pay about, with the $50 one, do the math on that. It's like an hour and a half of an attorney outside of Legal Shield per month. So I'm grateful, and I think this is going to help so many of our associates in the field in regards to, not having to have all the answers. And especially when you're new, we have a number of people that are new on our team right now, which is great. And being new and not knowing even what the questions are, here's the answer. These are some of the questions you're going to get asked.
Hey, Tony, Teresa Johnson also sells a lot of small businesses, and I know she has some things to contribute.
Absolutely. Teresa?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tony and Karen, for allowing me to share as well. And also, I also really like the small business training manual that we're putting together. I know that we're still in the process of tweaking it to make it flow even better than what it looks like right now. But a couple things I want to share from a different perspective from my colleagues here on the line. First of all, with the small business training manual, yes, it has great information. It has great things that you can say to engage yourself with that small business owner. But I would also encourage you to definitely take the small business training that corporate offers, Melissa Wilder. If you really want to work in that arena, you really want to sharpen your axe in that arena. It's not a hit or miss thing, but I think it was Tony, or it might have been Laura, that said it. We're leaving so much money on the table because we don't really understand how to really market the small business supplements, the small business plans, and also the supplements. And actually, when you look at a small business plan, and I'm glad we've got some small business council members on here as well, Carlos and Sheila Bird, as well as Jimmy Taw. But when you're looking at the small business plan, I was guilty of this, I would market the small business plan and I would tell them, okay, you want to protect your business. And oh, by the way, you need to get the family plan just in case maybe they decided to sue you as an individual. That was so wrong, so wrong. And let me tell you why. Because the trial defense in our personal plan covers you personally. It does not cover you as a small business owner. If I sue your entity, now our small business plans cover them. But if I sue you as the owner of that entity, we don't have, that's not covered in the small business, in our family plan. They have to get the home business supplement. I hope y'all got that. They have to get the home business supplement because that allows them to be protected if they are named in a commercial lawsuit as part of their entity. They don't get a certain number of hours, but they pay it with a 25% preferred member discount. So now going into what Katie was talking about, when you're selling to a small business owner, first of all, I can't tell you what to sell to them. You got to have that conversation like Katie Huff just said. I'm sorry, Katie Mortensen. Like Katie just said, you got to have a conversation with them and you got to let them tell you what works best for them. We want them to have the right plan, but we also want to do what is right for their budget. So rolling right into, I don't do a lot of employee benefits, but if I am going to market to a small business owner, I want them to get our small business plan, the one that's right for them. But I also want them to protect themselves should they be named in a commercial lawsuit. Well, so that means in order to get that home business plan, I get so confused with the home business supplement, home business plus, but bottom line, they got to have the legal family plan as well, because that's what you add the home business supplement to, is to the legal plan. And then the gun supplement as well, it is not added to your small business plans. You have to have the home business plan to add the gun supplement to it. So I just want to make sure. Now, the home business plus supplement, you can add that to the legal plan, to your home, your personal legal plan. And you can also add it to the small business plan. So I'm saying all this to say, y'all, go back to the training classes. Melissa, the Small Business Council, they put on an excellent training class so that you can really get a good understanding, because you're leaving money on the table. So now, Mr. Small Business Owner, if you're going to need to get the gun supplement, if you're going to need to get the home business supplement, why not let your business write that for, get it through your business as an employee benefit? Do you understand what I'm saying? We are asking, if anybody has read the book, Go for No, and in it, it talks about the salesman is all excited that this man has bought all these suits. And then he goes to the owner and he's all excited and the owner is not happy with him because he, the salesperson, made the decision to cut it off when that client would have probably continued with more had they had a better understanding. So that's why I am a big proponent of that. And lastly, I want to say that y'all don't sleep on the home business plus supplement. All of our other supplements deal with the legal aspect, but that plan right there, it deals with helping the small business owner with their bottom line, growing it. It deals with them having a consultant team, a marketing team to help them. I call them my think tank. I can bounce ideas off of them to help me with my business. So don't sleep on that plan just because it's not a legal plan, but it's really more consultant type plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are such.
absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead. Tony.
Anyone? let's do some final thoughts. We're at the bottom of the hour. So Laura, I'll go back to you. You mentioned Jimmy Ty, you mentioned Carlos and Sheila Bird. If they want to raise their hand, they can make comments too. But Laura, I'll go out to you for any last thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there are all these great points tonight. If you take away anything, think about this. The easiest plan to sell is the $99 plan with the trial defense supplement. You package those together as one sale, right? You just put that together. It's a no-brainer because they need the trial defense. So recognize it for the money value immediately. And you'll have that sale, and then they'll get all these other, you know, phenomenal benefits. To Teresa's point, stay in the training, stay plugged in, so important. You know, to Katie's point of, we used to do employee benefits first for sure, right? And now, you know, small business is so critical to get that protection out there. Know your plans and ask questions, right? If we've learned anything from Shield Nation and the great leaders here, it is treasure hunting. Anybody remember that phrase, right? Let's go treasure hunting. And what that means is asking questions. Keep asking your prospect questions until they reveal to you what they need, and then you can present it to them.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Laura.
Tony.
Katie?
Tony, I would, and family, I would just say this. I was on Melissa's training on Saturday, and if I could encourage you, I would encourage every one of you to go back and watch that. It's in the back office. It was so full of nuggets, from on the phone to, if you just using the phrase, would you be kind enough to allow me to come in and see how I can help you with your business? I mean, just the languaging that Melissa uses, there's no one more smooth out there than her. And she obviously is the bomb when it comes to small business. And I would just really encourage you, do yourself a favor, go watch that hour and a half. And I don't know if you know this. Now I am putting myself very vulnerable again, that you need to look at prospect for the small business owner, because I'll tell you what, I was blown away at the media and of the tools that you can have right there on your prospect. I mean, I have been like Miss No IT, and now I see this all this weekend, blown away of the advertising, blown away at what we can send them. And it's right there. So, I mean, we're doing 2 for 1. We're teaching them about how easy it is to have access to the legal system in the palm of your hand. And then all these little other things in there. So family, go watch that. It's going to be it's probably in the back office now, because it was Saturday. It was just this Saturday. So go to the date, Melissa Wilder, watch it. And then of course, just become passionate about helping the small business owner have better peace of mind and protection, and to be able to sleep better at night because of what we bring to the table for them. They're not getting lawyer fees for what we're giving them. So just remember, the bottom line is they don't know how much you care until they know how much you care.
Yeah. Thanks, Katie. Teresa, do you see anyone else that is looking to make a comment?
I don't know if Sheila or
Okay.
Carlos or Jim want to say, they didn't put up their digital hand.
No.
Okay, Sheila's hand is up.
There we go.
Sheila? You can unmute.
Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I forgot to put my hand up. Thank you so much. Yes, Carlos and I are on the council, and we also do a membership overview every Wednesday. And so that is the purpose of doing that, is to help everyone if they have guests come on, and we can deliver the information for them in a quick overview. Now, one of the things, I really don't have much to add to everything that everyone has said, but one key that you have heard each and everyone say is about having that conversation. Don't prejudge and decide what plan to put someone in. If you have that conversation, that discovery with them, they will actually put themselves in the plan that's proper for them. But without that conversation, guess what? You're going to end up having someone in a plan that is less than what they really need, because all they're looking at is the cost. and help them to understand that value of the cost, and such great demonstrations of that we're given right here on that value. So all I can say is hats off to what has been said. We definitely absolutely want to take advantage of the home business supplement all the way to all the essential and the plus and the pro plans. Absolutely. Don't overlook them and think that you just go for the gusto for a group, because these business owners need the plan, especially now. The plans are more need for them because a lot of the business owners are coming back alive. I'm gonna put it that way. And where they need the plan, they've cut down on their budget. Okay, because of the pandemic, a lot of them. And now that because we're opening up, they're trying to grow their business. And mentioning that, Teresa absolutely mentioning the fact that we have that supplement to help them grow that business is absolutely key. So we have the plans to help these business owners. All we got to do is get out there and let everybody know that we have those plans. So thank you for allowing me to share also.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to wrap up the call now. And I guess, in summary, when you think about it, all the things, all the tools and all the training and all the stuff that we have and this new training manual from Shield Nation is awesome, but it doesn't do anything unless you prospect, unless you go to someone and say, can I show you what tens of thousands of other small business owners have said yes to, and that's blessed them. Can I just show you that? And I remember the first time I went to a small business and I showed them the plan, I didn't set the time aside for them to listen to me. And so while I'm over the counter, the front door goes ding, and they go, just a minute, and they leave. And then they come back. Okay, what was it? Ding, just a minute, and they leave. I need an appointment. What I'm going to go in and say hi to you and follow my dollar and say, can I show this to you? I don't mean right now necessarily, unless we can go in the office, shut the door, you know what I mean, and not be disturbed. So think about a small business owner and schedule that time and then get out there with them. We got so many great tools, and you'll learn more as you go along. I recommend that you get with your executive director and they'll tell you who in the small business arena you could partner up with if you feel uncomfortable. Because there's so many documents that could be overwhelming. There's so many trainings that could be overwhelming. But if you listen, if you go back and listen to this call, or if you go back and listen to the small business training, literally that Melissa Wilder did, you'll catch so much more the second and third time you listen to it. But then it gets time where you have to actually get out there and talk to people. All right, y'all. We'll look at next Monday night. We've got another great call. John and Darcy are fired up about that one. So I look forward to seeing everyone on this call and this Zoom next Monday night. God bless. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you, everyone.
Katie. Karen, back to you.
Yes, I do want to mention, as a small business owner, I used to spend $18,000 a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, we had 90 employees. So,
Holy moly.
so
What
the point
industry,
is,
Karen? What
it was
industry?
recycling. turning
Really? And you had 90 employees.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep. But the point is, small businesses need this service. So if you're not out talking to them, they won't. They don't know how they can save money. A lot of small businesses already have attorneys, but they don't use them a lot. So I always say, you probably have an attorney, but if I can show you a way to save money and have an attorney for all the things that you're needing, can I get 15 minutes? Boom. And they need it. It's very expensive otherwise. So anyway, we'll be back next week. Be sure to tune
Hey,
in. Yes.
Karen, before you close, I just wanted to say, for all of us as Shield Nation, members of Shield Nation, or whomever you are with, we need to be a product of the product. And each and every one of us, just by the simple fact that we are associates, we have our own small business as well. So make sure that you are a product of the product, whichever one best fits you. So I just wanted to throw that in, because we forget we need to have the home business supplement, because that's Schedule C and it can cover up to 5 entities. So I just wanted to
It's a
remind
great
everybody.
plan. Well,
Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody.
Thanks,
have a
Sheila.
great
Thanks,
one.
Paul.
Okay, get out there and take action. Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
Karen.
Have a
Yeah,
good night.
Bye.
great job,
Bye,
Karen.
everyone. Thanks for all the contributions. It'll be on.